It's another morning in the supermarket, and with the first rays of sunshine, the first customers arrive. Succulent stretching, the popular products wake up on the shelves as well, lingering their traditional song of praise to the shopping gods. The purpose of product life is to get into the hands of the best, because that's what makes them chosen, like today's jar of honey mustard. But becoming a leader isn't the only point of being in the grocery cart. Especially the lucky ones will also bring a cool collab. Sausages, let's say, constantly chafing next to buns, so anticipating their fervent union on the human table. A special day goods consider the holiday of the flag, because on this day, all the human gods buy kilos of sausages to spend it in nature. But not everyone is happy about this day. In a package of sausages was accidentally defective guy, who always gets it from his comrades. True, one of the fellows still supports Barry, reminding him that the thickness is much more important than length, and the others are just jealous of him. An entertaining conversation is interrupted by the panic on the shelves. Darren, the manager who collects expired products in a garbage bag, is on the hunt. This time, the sausage pack gets lucky unlike their comrades, so the guys decide not to lose time and start flirting with the neighboring buns, even breaking the rules of hermetic packaging a little bit. The very same customer who bought honey mustard in the morning comes back to the cash register and with the clerk's permission exchanges it for regular mustard. Honey mustard, returned to the counter, immediately surprises his neighbors, but he cannot tell his friends about the horror he has experienced. The fiery water forces honey mustard to keep quiet unless he wants to lose his lid. At the end of the day, the happy sausages and buns end up in the same basket, where there is already a great party without them, and they would all have gone home to the young lady in total ignorance if she had not sent the panicked honey mustard there as well. Trying to get through to his friends, the glass jar proves that there is no better world behind the door, and in order to be in the refrigerator again, he is ready to even smash on the floor. Everyone rushes to his friend's aid, but it doesn't help. Honey mustard crashes to the floor, pouring himself all over the place. The cart overturns and the broken flour covers the fugitives with a cloud of dust. Many fail to escape. Frank and Brenda remain under the counter, but the rest of the sausages and buns make it safely to the cash register and leave for the best of all worlds. Only Douche falls under the manager's broom, while the rest of the tossed-out life decides to fight by climbing into other people's packages. For the anima, by the way, what happened turned out to be a great tragedy. Having broken the end, he no longer sees the meaning of life. His strength returns to the guy after he pumps out all the contents through his juice hole, refilling his vial, and his spout rises as it did in his younger days. On that note, the anima guy goes to the gym to get revenge on the sausage man responsible for the ridiculous tragedy. In order to get to their department, the hot dog couple and their sausage friends have to go through the wine and liquor store. Leaving his girlfriend for a moment, Frank steps away to take a shortcut and finds himself trapped by the firewater, who never managed to forgive the buns for their relocation to another department. Calmly, the old man lets the weenie out of the bag, and holding out his friendship pipe, agrees to reveal a terrible secret about the world of gods. The bun begins to get nervous, for the mate has been gone for over an hour. But a bottle of tequila comes for the company, inviting the friends to the local bar, where they will meet their wiener. Sensing that something is wrong, Brenda looks around, as suddenly, Teresa del Taco takes the company with her, and hiding in a box, she reveals who really lured them here. Douche, who dreams of getting revenge on Frank, has decided to act through his friends. Firewater tells the sausage that in the best of worlds, the gods just shaft them to gain strength, and the beautiful legend he and his friends invented so that the products would leave for their last journey in good spirits and with dreams of a beautiful life. Once on Camilla's table, the foods are pampered with joy, but the delight fades as soon as the goddess runs a vegetable peeler over the body of the potato, skinning it alive. The tomato splits in half, the cheese is sent to the grating torture, and the bacon lets out its soul in hot oil. Carl grabs Barry and orders him to run by climbing onto the windowsill, but just as the guys are about to jump, Camilla's sharp knife goes through the sausage, and he only has time to wish his friends safe. On the way to the department, Douche almost grabs Brenda, but Teresa, who is in love with her, helps the girl escape, and they continue on their way. Once alone on the street, Barry hides behind scattered trash, but it turns out to be even scarier than the housewife's knife. Brenda and Frank finally find each other, but there's a falling out between the lovers, and the bun intimidates the guy that he'll clamp down on someone else if he doesn't appreciate her. Friends take her side and go after her, leaving a sausage alone with a desire to know the truth. Hooked on a stranger's shoelace, Barry finds himself in the creepy abandonment of his cab driver, who is using the hot stuff right in front of the weenie. But it turns out to be for the best. The guy understands everything the sausage says. Hearing this, the rest of the groceries also begin to get out and stand around the host. But just as Barry wants to assign him an important task, the guy passes out. The buns finally reach their department, and they have to say goodbye to disperse to the shelves. It's Teresa Del Taco who is the saddest, having never been able to talk her girlfriend into an experiment. To Barry's aid comes Gum, who calculates how long it will take them to get to the supermarket. The problem is that after sleeping it off, the guy loses touch with the fourth dimension, and all of the groceries go to waste. In the meantime, Frank gets to the place Firewater pointed out to him, and on a tall sausage stand, he discovers a cookbook. Tearing out a page, the guy is about to show this horror to his friends, hoping to open their eyes to the truth. The buns, by then, take their places by climbing into other people's packages, and the Enema Man tapes up his hole, pouring a new batch of soda, hoping to win. Climbing onto the cash register computer, Frank goes live and shows the goods pictures from the cookbook. But his colleagues refuse to listen to the madman, and with the first light of the lamp, they sing the traditional song. A package of rolls with Brenda flies into the first basket, and the guy tries to save his girlfriend, who is already being groomed by another. His strength leaves Frank, and falling to his knees, he mourns his short life, when suddenly Barry's voice booms out behind him. Having gotten rid of the addicted guy, the short sausage in the company of his new friends return to the supermarket to help the others. And to do this, they find nothing better than to bombard the customers with hot drinks from the former owner's stock. The poison does not begin to work at once, but thanks to it, Frank manages to save Brenda, after which he collects the goods again and offers to fight for his life. A real war breaks out in the mart, in which many are left lying on the battlefield. Coke and candy booms, licorice pulls, and even fruit dances are involved. But it's the Enema guy, who has been dreaming of nothing else lately, who pulls away the hardest. Frank almost ends up third in the Enema manager's story, but his girlfriend comes to his rescue, ready to love him, even with a bitten-off end. It ends in victory, and with Darren's eyes scattered around the room. In honor of this, Brenda even agrees to break her sacred vow and turn herself around for Frank, which she does, motivating everyone else to have a lot of fun as well. It all seems to be over. As they embrace, Bun and Weenie look to a bright future, but the Firewater reveals another truth. They all don't exist in the real world, and are just playing their roles in a cartoon. The good news, though, is that Gum has already invented a Stargate for them, and destroy these wretched consumers.